Hey everyone, Jennifer Lee Chan here from NBC Sports Bay Area. It is your Friday update, and there is a little bit of news, that's kind of filtered out throughout the last couple days. Apparently, three NFL referees were fired, so they are a little bit newer, but it does seem like Roger Goodell is kind of taking notice of the fact that everybody is complaining about the refs. So three of them have been fired, and they're going back to the college ranks. No news on what conference they're supposed to go back to, but they are out of the NFL. It's three. Most of them have not been in the job that long. So while we have seen some egregious calls or a lack of calls, particularly in the playoffs where it matters and it makes a huge difference and it can determine whether a team makes it to the Super Bowl or not, maybe they're taking into account some of the really bad blown calls or missed calls that have happened throughout the year. Now, there's going to be some replay things that kind of help it out. So if there's something that is a game-changing, you know, a call by a ref, they are going to be able to take a look at it. So it'll be interesting to see how that kind of plays out in the next season. Outside of that, there has been a little bit of breaking news from players themselves. Isaac Guerendo and Frank Gore have been working together. And man, I reposted the story on my Instagram. Frank Gore still has some feet, man. He is going to be screamed at to get back into the game next year after watching him do these drills. So he was out there with Isaac Guerendo, which I think is a fantastic way for Isaac Guerendo to be better to be better prepared to be Christian McCaffrey's backup. Now, if for some reason something happens to Christian McCaffrey and he's not healthy, obviously Isaac Guerendo is the backup for him. And I don't think there's any better coach or any better guy to learn from than Frank Gore. And, that was kind of another thing that we saw at the 49ers Pro Day. You know, um, Teddy Buchanan talking to Patrick Willis. I mean, anytime a player can have access to a Hall of Famer or future Hall of Famer, I mean, the best thing would be to be a best thing to be would be to be a sponge, to listen to everything they have to do. And for Isaac Rando to be on the field doing drills with Frank Gore, I mean, I think that's only going to make him better. Frank Gore, I mean, I remember watching him. I watched him live, and obviously I've watched a ton of film on him. There is that little stutter step he takes before he gets to the A or B gap, and just the timing and the vision and to be able to know where to go at the right time and really get through the line, that wasn't always necessarily really good. I mean, when Alex Smith was there and Frank Gore was there with him, Alex Smith was running for his life a lot of the time. So Frank Gore was able to get through that offensive line, and there were some good guys on there, but there was also some not as good guys. So for Isaac Guerendo to be learning from Frank Gore is such a good thing for Isaac Guerendo. Frank Gore is not only a great runner, he's a great receiver. And also, Frank Gore being on the 49ers staff, I think is really good for the front office. He's a really good scout. I mean, that's what he wants to do. That's how he's involved with the 49ers still. And I really do think that he is learning from Bobby Turner. He's kind of getting in there. He's Every time I've seen him on the field, he'll talk to me and tell me what he thinks. And last year, when Isaac Guerendo was on the field, I remember asking him, like, what do you think? And he's like, he really liked Isaac Guerendo. So from last year's training camp, when Frank Gore had just, not seen a lot of Isaac Guerendo, but had kind of seen a little bit of him, he was definitely thought he had really good potential. So I'm interested to see where Isaac Guerendo goes from here. JP Mason obviously was traded, and I really do think that obviously the 49ers weren't going to pay him that much money, but also looking at they drafted Isaac Guerendo. He's a better receiving and route running back. He's got more experience in that. And JP Mason, although he got the jugs machine during the offseason last year, not as reliable, obviously, for the way that Kyle Shanahan drew up plays for him and allowed what he allowed him to do. Obviously, didn't have as much trust in JP Mason, not known for those routes like Christian McCaffrey and Isaac Guerendo is. Another player that's shown what they're doing during the offseason is Jauan Jennings. He's out there, posted a few videos. His coach was out there and, watching him run routes and doing his footwork. And Jauan Jennings is wide receiver one as of right now. Brandon Ayuk, still going to take some time to recover. He's definitely not going to be out there for OTAs. I doubt he's going to be out there full force, full speed during training camp. So Jauan Jennings is the man right now. And he's going to, coach up Ricky Pearsall and Jacob Cowing, who've been doing some off-season work as well. They've been working out together. So looking at, where the 49ers are, I think that all this offseason work is going to be great for the guys who need to take that step forward. And there's quite a few of them. Jauan Jennings had a great season last year, 975 yards, almost broke that 1,000-yard mark. He is wide receiver one. He plays with passion and he knocks people over, and he's an incredible blocker. And we know that that's what Kyle Shanahan wants out of his wide receivers. Now, Jacob Cowing and Ricky Pearsall are going to have to work into those bigger roles. They're going to have to do a lot of work to get there. And I do think they draft a wide receiver as well. So Demarcus Robinson is a guy that's going to be out there as well, but he could be, missing a few games. So it really is Jauan Jennings' show. It's his position to take to the next level as that wide receiver one until Brandon Ayuk comes back. Um, Other off the field news, George Odom got married, and so he's posted some videos. He and his wife, new wife, and his two kids were in the wedding together. Also, Daniel Brunskill, former 49ers player, offensive lineman, also got married, and I think there's another wedding coming up. Um, I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to know this, so I'll keep it for tomorrow. But there is another 49ers player getting married soon, and that'll be in my update coming up. So obviously all this off-season work happening, and I need to get to my off-season work as well. I probably will do a live video soon, so stay tuned, and we'll get that up for you soon. All right. Hope you guys are well. Have a fantastic weekend, and I'll talk to you soon.